caught covering up genocide. Ryuku, what are we talking about here? Mori Kubo Shotaro situation. I haven't heard shit about this. Maybe this is JP only. I have not heard about this.
Huge just happened in the JP Gachsphere things, and I feel I need to cover it. The voice actor for upcoming character Ifa has been dropped from Hoyoverse.
Who?
It might not seem like much, but Japan reacted to this news with a mixture of shock, confusion, sadness, and rage. And after looking into it, I can kind of see why. This took me down a deep, deep rabbit hole involving
Yo, okay, so Ryuku, there's a button right here that says translate post. I think 98% of your audience would appreciate if you press that shit.
Deep rabbit hole involving Hoyoverse, a radio stage play, the CCP, and the alleged ethnic cleansing of the Uyghur Muslims. Yeah,
what?
It's that bad. And because I'm going to be touching on these very sensitive political issues, I want to deal with this as delicately as possible. So let's start from the beginning and lay out everything that we know. Back in October of 2024, with the release of 5.1, at a certain part of Ororon's story quest, he speaks with an unseen character called Ifa.
Yeah?
おい、また野菜の世話か？水をやりすぎると大根の根が腐っちまうぞ。
While at the time there was no confirmation on who was voicing the character, Japanese players quickly recognized the distinct voice and speculated on who it could be. Though they didn't have to speculate for long, as soon after on the official Genshin Twitter account, they confirmed that the character Ifa was voiced by none other than Shotaro Morikubo. You might recognize him as the voice of Yosuke Hanamura from Persona 4, Tetexaki from Tokyo Revengers, or most famously, Shikimaru from Naruto.
Oh, fuck yeah.
This confirmation came 1 week after the 5.1 launch on October 15th.
So what's the
Remember that
problem?
date. It's going to be important later on. Cut to March 12th, 2025, and out of nowhere, there was this announcement. This is what the auto-translation reads as. Announcement and apology regarding performer withdrawal. Shotaro Morikubo was scheduled to appear in Genshin Impact, but due to various circumstances, he has been forced to withdraw from the project.
Really?
We apologize for any inconvenience caused to all concerned parties. We would also like to deeply apologize for any inconvenience and concern caused to travelers. We kindly ask for your understanding. Okay, there's one thing I need to clear up about this translation.
No problem.
At this section here where it says he was forced to withdraw, this is actually a bit of a mistranslation. The words being used are yamuo ezu, which means something more along the lines of unavoidable. So the actual meaning is that he had to withdraw due to unavoidable circumstances.
Okay.
There's no hint as to whether it was him that withdrew or whether it was Hoyoverse pushing him out.
Of course.
That's all we know from the official sources. Nothing else has been said from Hoyoverse, nor has Morikubo made any official statements as of recording of this video. And because no definitive reason was given, Japanese netizens were buzzing with speculation. Like I said, going forward, this is all speculation, so take
How does bro have his microphone flying like the Death Star?
everything with a
How is it doing that? It's just like float. It's like he's got a fucking orb, like a fucking power chalice. Like that's his catalyst. The first 2-star in Wuthering Waves, Ryuku with catalyst user.
massive boulder of salt. I don't know, you don't know, no one knows anything for sure. With that being said, let's dive in. Right now, the overwhelmingly strongest theory among Japanese Twitter is that Morikubo was forced to withdraw due to his participation in a reader's theater drama of a work called Inochigake no Shogen, which translates to life-threatening testimony. This is a work originally released in January of 2021 by Shimizu Tomomi. This is the Amazon listing here, and if I do a quick translate to English for you guys to follow along, this is what the book is about. Right from the first line, it starts off hot with, "Is Xi Jinping the Hitler of the 21st century? Let's become a Japan that can say no to China's human rights oppression."
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think you can see where this is going. In response to the life-risking testimony of Uyghur people, Shimizu Tomomi has used a manga to denounce the Uyghur oppression by Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party, which is comparable to Nazi Hitler. The cultural genocide, the horrific organ harvesting, and the reality of the concentration camps are now coming to light. So since Morikubo hasn't made a statement nor hinted at anything to do with taking a break from work or anything like that, Japanese fans were trying to find the reason for his withdrawal. And with him being involved in reading this book, which was very heavily critical of the CCP and their treatment of the Uyghur Muslims, this seems to be the only reason people can think of. There were thousands of replies and hundreds more quote retweets, but one thing stood out that could be a hint to the truth.
43,000.
In the hidden reply section, there was one singular comment which read as this.
You know what's crazy? I actually saw this. And I clicked it. I didn't know what it was. And I did see there was only one hidden reply.
I don't want to dog on Hoyoverse, but if this was done for political reasons, then Chinese things are risky. Now, I don't know why this comment was the only one hidden out of 1,200 replies.
Because usually the hidden replies are the ones that are true. There was another post that this person kept on making, and all of the hidden replies were everybody saying the truth, and all of the other comments were just a fucking echo chamber. I remember that, man. I remember that.
replies, but other people noticed it and it only further fueled speculation that the Chinese Communist Party had something to do with the decision. We all know that pretty much everything is subject to censorship by the Chinese government, and that's even more true for the companies that are actually based there. They keep a tight grip on anything and everything and are known to go after anyone critical of the Chinese government or anyone that does anything that the Chinese government doesn't like.
Well, that's weird. I thought China was number one. That's strange. Hey, that's why I'm proud to be a red-blooded American, where I'm the only nation that is free.
In October of 2021, the Japanese voice actor Kayano Ai visited Yasukuni Shrine in Japan and swiftly had action taken against her by the Chinese government. For those that don't know, Yasukuni Shrine has been a subject of significant controversy since 1985. The reason is that of the 2,466,532 men named in the shrine's Book of Souls, 1,066 of them are war criminals, 11 of which were convicted of Class A war crimes. And because the shrine has refused to remove or
Wow, dude, they committed that many Class A war crimes. Maybe they'll get a promotion to a Jonin from a Chunin.
All those names, it has become a place
They're on their way to the next Hokage.
Especially in Korea and more specifically by the Chinese government. So when the voice actor for Platinum in Arknights went there, all of her lines were swiftly removed and then subsequently re-recorded by a different actor. Not just in Arknights, but also her lines for 6 characters in Azur Lane and her role as Liv in Punishing Grey River were also re-recorded. She was persona non grata in the eyes of China due to the actions taken against her by the Chinese Communist Party. And with Dewey being an official member of the CCP, specifically as one of the part-time vice presidents of the Shanghai Federation of Industry and Commerce and the General Chamber of Commerce, people suspect that there is probably some influence there. There's just one thing I want to bring up that which puts a little doubt on this theory. So the suspected reason why Morikawa has been forced to withdraw from Genshin due to CCP pressure regarding his involvement with the Reader's Theatre performance of Life-Threatening Testimony on August 16th of 2024, this is actually before Hoyoverse confirmed him to play Aoife on October 15th. If he performed this after the confirmation, I think that makes it more likely, but because it was before his confirmation, it raises a little bit of doubt in me. But to be honest, who knows? Maybe they just didn't notice at the time when they confirmed him. And then when they found out, that's when they took action against him. That's also very, very likely. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I just thought it'd be best to bring that up. Morikubo also voices Elysium in Arknights too, so if he gets replaced there, then I think we'll have our answer. This announcement of his withdrawal comes right along with the 2 voice actors being replaced in ZZ.
Yeah, I know a lot of voice actors are being replaced by AI, and I'll be real. I feel like it's just an inevitability at this point because from a consumerist take, a lot of consumers don't care. Whatever's going to help them get the game out with more content faster, the better. As well as from a corporation take, they're getting the same job done with slightly less quality, but for way less money. And I don't think the absurd amount that people have to pay voice actors is going to be worth it to these corporations. And it sucks. It does. It truly sucks for the VAs. But yeah, I don't think the AI is going to go away. And I think it's just only a matter of time until AI voices kind of take over the gaming industry.
Easy. Both Soldier 11 and Lycaon, I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sorry. However, they were removed for a different reason to do with contract disagreements, but still, it's a scummy reason nonetheless. One comment I saw got a lot of traction about the Morikubo situation with 11,000 likes, and I think it best.
But AI voice is shit for now. Boys. I mean, if you haven't seen like AI art, it's getting ridiculously good, ridiculously fast. To where people are creating streamers that I can't even tell that they're fake, right? That's how good AI is getting.
That sums up the general sentiment. Regarding the reason why Morikubo stepped down, if Genshin truly succumbed to pressure from China, I never want to spend money on a Hoyoverse game again. Because in the end, it's a game from a country that is trying to take over Japan and turn it into the next Yuga autonomous region. I hope this will be an opportunity for more people to become more interested in politics, because if they don't, Japan will truly be finished. I found this one tweet here that says, it seems that everyone appearing in this reading play, including Morikubo-san, is being monitored by the Chinese authorities. I don't know if that's true or not, but this is a post that got 15,000 likes and 4 million views in just a space of 24 hours. And there's also this tweet here. They're quoting people that often say this thing that this kind of topic has nothing to do with the games. And they're saying that if consumers continue to take this attitude that games have nothing to do with the politics, then voice actors will not be able to take on the jobs that are inconvenient for China, other than the Yuga issue as well. And that will also be playing into China's hands. They're saying here that I think Genshin players need to clearly say no. Yeah, this sent shockwaves through the Japanese player base. Like I said at the beginning of the video, a combination of shock, confusion, sadness, and rage. It's not clear right now who will replace him. Many speculate that Tomokazu Sugita, who has often been praised for his impersonation of Morikobo, will do the job, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, this is not a good look for Hoyoverse. Either they or Morikobo himself has to come up with a statement to shed more light on what is actually going on, because as it stands right now, JP Twitter is ablaze with speculations and accusations. I saw a lot of arguments on there between Japanese and Chinese users, and it is not looking pretty. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on this situation to keep you guys posted.
Yeah, I'm going to be real. I don't really want to weigh in yet because I feel like this topic is very sensitive and there's not really enough proof of any of this out to where I want to make an assessment, but it's certainly not a good look. However, I don't want to damn them yet. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see.